book today. Jay, what's it called?
It's called The Friend Who Forgets.
What's it called, Jordy?
It's called The Friend Who Forgets.
That's right. We're going to read it, and I will show you the pictures every page. You guys see them first, and then we'll turn them around for everybody else. A long time ago, there was a man named Peter who was best friends with Jesus. Peter was a fisherman. He was strong and he was brave, but he often said the wrong thing. Do you ever talk before you think? That's what Peter did. Again and again and again. Oh, that's not good, is it, guys? We need to think before we talk. Peter loved fish. In fact, one day he and Jesus had a fish for breakfast. Fish for breakfast? That's weird. But we'll save that part of the story until the end. On the day when Jesus first called Peter to follow him, can you guess what Peter was doing? Here, I'll show you the picture. Can you guess what he was doing? That's right. He was fishing, wasn't he?
And he was just so big.
Okay, let's see. Follow me and I will make you a fisher of men, Jesus told him. Can you imagine that? Peter fishing for men? Jesus explained that just as Peter liked to search for fish, Jesus had come to search for people who needed forgiveness. You want to see that picture? See that picture, everybody?
It's kind of funny, isn't it?
It is kind of funny. Okay, let's see what it talks about next. Peter loved being friends with Jesus. He saw Jesus do lots of amazing things. One time, Peter's mother-in-law was sick, and Jesus healed her. Another time, Peter was about to drown in a storm, and Jesus saved him. Slowly, Peter realized that Jesus was more than a friend. He was God. He would never let Peter down. Isn't this a good picture?
And Jesus, his first miracle was turning water into wine.
Let's go to the next page. But sometimes Peter let Jesus down.
Hey, can you do
Yep.
this?
Okay, I will. Like the time Jesus explained to his friends that he had to die on the cross, but that he would come back to life to offer forgiveness. All of you will run away. You're going to say you're not my friends, Jesus said. Peter spoke up right away. He did that a lot. I will never do that. That's what he said. Let's turn the page.
Let's see what happens next.
That's right. But Jesus told him, before the rooster crows in the morning, you will say 3 times that you're not my friend. I will never do that. I wouldn't. Jesus is my best friend, Peter thought. When soldiers came to take Jesus to the cross, Peter pulled out his sword to stop them. Put your sword away, Peter, Jesus said. My Father says this must happen. Soldiers, that's pretty scary, isn't it? Okay, let's
I hope
see.
you're not getting too scared.
Jesus let the soldiers take him to a courtyard to stand trial. Peter followed from far away. Jesus didn't have to let those soldiers do that. He could have stopped them, couldn't he? But he chose to let them do that. Aren't you one of Jesus' friends? A young girl asked as she opened a gate for Peter to enter the courtyard. What do you think Peter said?
No!
Yeah, what do you think? We better see. I think it'll tell us.
Right, where?
No, I don't know, Jesus. That's what Peter said. It was a cold night, so Peter walked over to a fire where some people were warming themselves. Aren't you one of Jesus' friends? Someone asked Peter. What do you think Peter said? There's the first time he said no. Let's look and see what he said. Did he tell the truth? No, I don't know Jesus. So that's the second time, isn't it?
Was the end of?
Then someone else stepped forward and looked closely at Peter. Yes, you are one of Jesus' friends, aren't you? He said. What do you think Peter said? There's his second no. We're going to turn the page and find out. Did he actually say no again? Let's turn it. No, I don't know Jesus. Yeah, I'll show you that page. Wow, that is big, isn't it? Right then, at that very moment, a rooster crowed. Jesus turned around and looked straight at Peter. Then Peter remembered that Jesus had said, before the rooster crows, you will say 3 times that you are not my friend. No, let's show him that side. We didn't show him that side. That's the rooster crowing, isn't it?
Yeah, not here.
Okay, let's turn the page and see what comes next, all right? All right. Peter was so sad. He knew he had failed Jesus again and again and again. He didn't just need to find other people who needed forgiving. He needed forgiving too. Peter felt terrible. He ran out of the courtyard and he cried and cried and cried. Peter had let his best friend down, and now it was too late because the soldiers had taken Jesus away to be killed. Here's the picture. To let everybody see it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But Peter didn't stay sad because Jesus didn't stay dead, did he?
No. Look,
3 days later was the first Easter Sunday when Jesus came back to life to offer people forgiveness. That page says he is risen. But would he forgive Peter for failing so badly?
Of course he will.
Let's look at the tomb. See, that's the empty tomb. That means Jesus is alive. One day, Jesus went looking for Peter. Where do you think Jesus found him?
Fishing.
That's right. Peter and his friends were fishing. Because Peter was a fisherman, wasn't he?
You have to remember that. He was a fisherman.
Jesus called to them from the beach. Peter jumped out of the boat into the water and rushed to the beach to see Jesus. And this is where Jesus and Peter had fish for breakfast, like we talked about at the beginning of the story. Fish for breakfast? That's weird. Peter was so happy to see Jesus alive. But would Jesus forgive him?
Yeah.
Peter wasn't sure. Maybe Jesus wouldn't want to talk to him. Maybe Jesus wouldn't want to be friends with him. See, that's when he was swimming out.
Yeah.
Or she's swimming back in to see Jesus, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And that was their breakfast with fish. Okay, do you think Jesus is still going to want to be friends with Peter?
Yeah.
But yes, Jesus did want to talk to Peter. And yes, Jesus did want to forgive Peter. Wow! And since Peter had said he didn't know Jesus 3 times, Jesus gave Peter the chance to say 3 times, I love you, Jesus. That's how Peter became just a minute. That's how Peter became a forgiven fishers of men. Good, let's turn it back.
That's the end.
Okay, now, just a minute. Peter spent the rest of his life telling people about his best friend, Jesus. He told them that if they put their trust in Jesus, he would forgive them again and again and again. That's because Jesus was Peter's best friend. He forgave him again, again, and again.
And Peter
Let's
got
let them
arrested.
see this picture, honey. Come over here.
Yeah, and Peter got arrested and put in jail because
Let's
he
go
was telling
on to
people
the-
about God.
Okay. And if you trust in Jesus, he will forgive you too. Again, again, and again. Wow, that's good. Now, Taylor, what was the story about?
It
Just
was
shortly.
about forgiving. And
It
it
was about Peter.
Again and again and again.
That's right. And
He says in the Bible to forgive 70 times 7, which is just a big number.
Yep.
That means
So, guys,
everyone
we need, so if somebody does something wrong, should you forgive them?
Yes.
And will Jesus forgive you if you say sorry to him?
Yes. Yeah.
Because he loves us, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Whoa, somebody's behind me. We should sing the song before we're
Can
done.
I go back and
How
play
about if we
praise
sing
now?
obedience again? Obedience is the very best way to show that you believe. Doing exactly what the Lord commands. Doing it happily. Action is the key. Do it immediately. Joy you will receive.